Oh, cheers, America. It took me 4 days to hitchhike from Saginaw to look for Copa America. We're going to win it. We're going to win it, America.
It's all changed. The narrative. It's all changed,
We're
Rog.
going to win it now.
Everything's good.
Nothing can stop us now.
Jurgen, 10-year contract.
Oh, this is
Sunil, we love you.
This is the Men in Blazers on Vice.
Oh.
I'm Crockett. He's Tubbs.
Yes.
What a big night.
So Tubbs.
What a big night for American soccer, Dave.
We're back. We won it. We won it all.
No, not that. We got the anthems right. Boo for them.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for
Amazing.
American football.
Oh, come on. American football.
Unbelievable.
Costa Rica.
Fantastic.
I like the Costa Rican anthem. That was their first half highlight.
Oh, let's go back right to the beginning, America, to the beginning of the evening. We woke up today feeling dread.
You did.
We ended tonight feeling ebullience and rhapsody.
We all did.
That's football, Davo.
Yeah.
I mean, at the beginning, approaching kickoff, I was alone. I was petrified. I was feeling feelings that probably only Landon Donovan could enjoy.
Well, in fact, you weren't alone. You were surrounded by our entire team here at the offices at Embassy Road, the Crap Part of SoHo. All of my children were here watching. You weren't alone. You were very worried. You were very depressed. You were very negative about what was going to happen. And yet...
Well, I felt even worse. I felt even worse when Jurgen Klinsmann bounded onto the field with all the energy of a manic labradoodle.
He looked very happy.
He'd made a big tactical change.
Yeah.
He'd gone with a windbreaker.
Yeah, that was about it. He'd announced his starting lineup, Rog. But he'd announced them in a different order. He'd put a confusing picture with the defenders. Everybody's standing in the wrong places. Yep. And then the team order, they're listed here, but they're not listed defenders together, midfielders together, and forwards together. So we were confused.
Oh, so was Jossie Zardes for most of the game.
We thought it's a completely different team.
Can you just look at Clint Dempsey's face in this photo?
Yeah,
it's like he's like locked in zen in that photo. Adam Dervitt's always making the team there, right at the back. Fantastic.
They cut Jossie Zardes' head off the top of his flat top.
It would help. I felt even sadder, Davo, when I saw the size of the crowd. Soldier Field. Home of Walter Payton.
Yeah.
Home of Dick Butkus.
Yeah, similar to Jurgen Klinsmann describing the 2-0 loss to Colombia as an even game. The US Soccer Federation are calling that a sellout.
It was 39,630. Worst thing I've seen in Chicago since Disco Demolition, and I love Disco Demolition.
Other than the fact that the seats weren't all filled, it was a sellout, Rog. Other than that, it was a sellout.
Ferdici tweeted us, it's embarrassing this team can't even sell out a home game.
That's not true. It's
no
not
support.
about the team.
US
it's about the US Soccer Federation.
It's about the $700 ticket. Anyway, game kicks off. Early going, Davo.
Costa Rica pressed too early, Rog. They pressed. So they came out. You often talk about manic labradoodles, Rog. They came out like Costa Rican manic labradoodles.
They out-passioned us, as Charlie as a Red would say. They out-hustled, they out-fought.
So hard. They went the high press, the mid-press, the low press, the right press, the left press.
They'd heard rumours of a pray for Guzan meme, and they wanted to test it sorely. They sprayed the ball around midfield. It was a collective national sphincter test for America. I've got to be honest, I think we barely passed that test, Davo. Paul Carr, an amazing stat, always blowing our mind. Touches in the attacking third by minute. First 5 minutes, 26 for Costa Rica, 0 for America.
But you don't win with attacking touches, Rog. Attacking touches
they came out,
do not win games.
Well, David, they came out to swing at America and test them and rock them.
To have energy, to have a lot of energy.
An amazing moment. You rarely see this in football. Joel Campbell, the Arsenal striker who plays such a good player, he believes he should handicap himself by taking a child's pacifier, playing with it in his nether regions for pulling out for celebrations. He took a shot in the 5th minute, I think. He narrowly missed. And he just charged after the ball, which had gone out of play, grabbed it, put it down on Brad Guzan's goal kick spot, almost daring him to get the ball back into play. They were hungry. They were like dire wolves. I mean, they had Fernando Fiore level energy. First true move, combination play, Bobby Wood. Oh, Bobby Wood, we love you.
But the thing is, if you press too hard, Rog, it's very easy to succumb to speed, the speed on the counter. And that's how the US skinned them, Rog.
Bobby Wood, the great American, the Hawaiian Prince.
Yeah.
LeBron would have loved the way he went down, David.
Yeah, well, Roddy.
LeBron would have said it was so Draymond Green.
LeBron, as you called him earlier.
Yeah.
Roddy Zambrano, though, Rog, the accidental referee from Ecuador.
Yep.
A huge early decision. And I love his very sort of Toreador South American penalty. I love that move.
Yeah, and who went to the spot? It was Clint. The cocky gunslinger.
Took a long run up.
Well, it took a long time to take the penalty. All no-nos when you're taking a penalty. Do not let a huge amount of time click on the clock. Do not take a huge run up. He broke all the conventional rules. His 50th US goal. Only Landon Donovan has more. Christian Pulisic just 49 goals behind them with one. Suddenly there was just like an overwhelming national mood change.
Yeah.
Gone from Gotterdammerung, we are all doomed to... Holy crap, just give us the Copa now.
Oh, well done, Jürgen.
Hashtag in the bag.
Well done, Jürgen. Costa Rica come back, they press again.
Yeah.
They press hard,
they push hard, they push hard.
Up one end, down the other.
I mean, the US struggled to find a connect between their midfield and their attack. José Zardes was all over the place. His heavy touch was in attack. Then his heavy touch was at left back.
I know, it's heavy touching all over the place.
Bedoya, largely absent. I mean, the Clint was full of snarl but little menace. At TJF Earth tweeted us saying, I'm playing a drinking game where I do a shot every time Yedlin gives the ball away, and I am absolutely hammered. Costa Rica flickered down both flanks. They had pass and go football. The US didn't so much defend. They flinched. Watching them, I've got to say, they played the first half hour like England, where they had a sense of doom, a sense of trying to get off the ball quickly, get rid of that ball. They didn't seem like they could actually believe. Costa Rica were playing as if it was a Classico. One of the big takeaways from the first 30 minutes for me was Snowmageddon, which we love as American fans. They don't find it quite so funny in Costa Rica, and they played this game like a CONCACAF Classico.
They might just play better in the snow. Rog, is something.
They did, because then chances started to come. José Zardes, unfortunately, was at the end of most of them. He's a beautiful bloke, but it's often hard to believe that this is a country of 320 million people, and he is the best striker we can produce. He hit one over the bar from close range, Wando kind of range.
He's really good until his final touch.
The camera shot to Jürgen Klinsmann's face. Jürgen Klinsmann on the sideline, he gave a look which kind of just said, Josie, why did you not chip the ball up several times and then do an overhead kick into the upper 90? Like I used to do these things. So God love, we were starting to feel a bit dark, Davo.
Yeah.
I mean, I wrote in my game notes, I am begging for half-time. Winning has rarely felt more like losing.
Yeah.
But Costa Rica kept over-committing. The US kept breaking. Chance after chance. I started to feel heavy with dread. These chances that we miss are going to come back to haunt us. But
and yet, bam! This man, Rog.
The boss!
Good-looking man.
The boss! The boss!
Do not look at him.
That's boss.
Without the dreads, because you look at him without the dreads, he does not look. He looks a bit like Rog.
He looks like a Jewish accountant without the dreads, but
with the
dreads, with the Andrea Gasset wig,
he's amazing. Amazing, Rog. Amazing.
Clint,
love you.
With the run, I'll say, Bedoya, beautiful run outside to confuse the defenders.
Very confusing.
Huge amount of distance to make up with that shot. Here, phenomenal, Davo. I mean, some people would call this man a foreigner.
Not me.
I would say he's the best foreigner since I want to know what love is. I think he's fantastic. And he's an amazing man. 2-0, Davo.
Yeah.
And there would be more. Before we had a chance to say 2-0, the most dangerous lead in football. Arise, St. Bobby Wood.
Yeah.
Lex, have we still got our St. Bobby Wood photo?
Yeah, what an amazing turn.
There's St. Bobby Wood. He's
there
behind me.
He is.
St. Bobby Wood. We said he had a halo.
Yeah.
Can you go and get that photo
Yeah, I'll go and get it.
That's St. Bobby Wood. Wow, the Lord of Lanai. I don't like to be hyperbolic about this man, David. You know me. I don't like to be hyperbolic, do I?
You never.
But I'd say...
Nor do you like to be negative before US men's national team games.
Show America this man.
For Chicago.
George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Harriet Tubman, John Wayne, Neil Armstrong, Baby Haim.
Emma Stone would play him in the movie, Rog. Emma Stone.
Great American. St. Bobby Wood. Yeah. At W. Holbrook tweeted immediately, he's Hawaiian Messi. Suddenly, we are like looking at each other.
He plays more than Messi in the Copa America.
Suddenly, we're like looking at each other. Where's my Jürgen? Where's my Jürgen gone? Come here, Jürgen. Come in, Zick! Come and see Zick!
Yeah.
I'm sure. We're all talking about Jurgen, and we'll be like, those 11 changes you made to the team that played on Friday. You are a sporting genius.
The apologies. Are the apologies flooding in right now from the various magazines, from the various wise people in media who've criticised? Honestly.
You mean us?
Jurgen.
Handy Duck.
What is Jurgen? I can't wait for the press conference.
Here's a question. Did the US women's team sneak into this game somehow because Greg Guzan is a dead ringer for Hope Solo, you know?
Yeah,
it's all Jacques and Hagar.
He's just not quite as good in goal.
It's all the faceless men. Half-time,
yeah.
I imagine the players who are in the locker room just like, wow. His legs with the tweets.
Yeah.
Wow. Jurgen wasn't even in there. I'm sure he just marched into Sunil Gulati's Sunil Gulati's suite. What do you imagine Sunil Gulati's suite's like? I imagine like Drake is in one corner.
Yeah.
Kanye's like in another, right?
Yeah.
Oprah's in Chicago. She's come over from the west side.
Where are the bags of cash?
Jim McMahon
and the cat
is there, just like being like, I didn't mean to start no trouble.
Jim McMahon, Jim Nance.
Yeah, and there's just like random huge manila envelopes full of what, David?
John Depp,
full of
cash and cats.
Yeah, and cats. Yeah. And they're all in there. And I imagine Jurgen just walked in there, probably helped himself to one of those complimentary hot dogs that they do in those suites. That taste awful unless you're in one of those suites when you pretend it's like amazing cookery.
Yeah.
And he just walked right up to Sunil. And
this is at half-time.
He said,
half-time.
He said, you said before the game you were going to evaluate my position.
Yeah, we have short-term goals and long-term goals, which is the perfect way of saying I'm about to fire you.
Yeah. I'd like a 10-year contract.
Yeah.
To which Sunil probably folded immediately. Do you imagine?
Of course.
I'd like a 250% pay rise.
Yeah, I'd like equal pay for the women.
I'd like use of your personal butler on the first Tuesday of every month.
Yeah. And
I would like your recipe for a lemon meringue pie.
And I'm defining the first Tuesday of every month as every day of the week, every month. Yeah. I think he probably got anything he wanted.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah.
It's the new Jurgen era. All of this, the ebullient you're feeling, all it means is more. We will get to that in a minute.
Can I say one other thing?
Yeah, would you?
Can I say one other thing?
Yeah.
Costa Rica were bloody good in this game. They were very good in the first half. They just happened to concede 3 goals. I know that's the Jurgen Klinsmann defence. Other than the 3 goals, it was even. But my point is, these were the World Cup quarter-finalists. It's not like the US were playing a team of slouches. Costa Rica, they can play football, Rog. They are flat-out ballers.
They were phenomenal on both flanks. They overextended themselves. They played
They
played a game.
A little bit.
They played a game they are not fully comfortable with. They made a bet. They took a risk. And that risk was this US team were going to be so tight sphincter that they could stroll out. And instead of letting a chess game take place, they went to knock the US out in that first round.
Yeah, but Roddy Zambrano saw to that, Rog.
They tried to land that haymaker.
Saw to that.
And here's what I'd say. Second half, very few notes. What a game.
Yeah.
For John Brooks, the most dominant American central defender who is
played well.
Not ginger since Marcelo Balboa.
Yeah, he played well.
Fabian Johnson, I think, is a monster.
I think he's been great both games. I think Fabian Johnson.
You asked me, who would you least like to be red?
This was a good Davo question. Who would you not want to be red carded in the second half for the US so they would miss the next game? And we both were talking about it and we were thinking,
red card.
Fabian Johnson. Yeah. That is the guy who, through 2 games, has been incredibly consistent. I think Jermaine Jones had an amazing game. Amazing game this evening.
Yeah, suddenly Jermaine Jones, the playmaker. These raking passes.
Ball-to-ball, but box-to-box midfielder, Roger.
But I'll say this, Davo, about the game. Huge relief. We've lived with the darkness today. We really have.
Well, especially you.
When I say we.
And I've lived with you.
When I say we, it's Cockney rhyming slang for me. Fire walk with me, is all I want to say. But the challenges, Davo, they remain real. Costa Rica are a team that are organised, traditionally love to kind of nullify their opponents and try and score on the break, on the counter-attack. They played a very different game tonight. To paraphrase Omar Little, a very famous Spurs fan, I believe, they took a shot at the king tonight. And they missed.
Come at the king.
But the US,
come with everything
the US will play teams that sit back. Paraguay, we'll get to them in a minute. And I saw little tonight that showed that they could unpick them. And to that end, I don't understand in the second half I don't understand the substitutions.
This is a good point. A little bit glass.
No. This is glass quite critical.
But I think this is a very good
There was
point.
very little. Ultimately, Costa Rica threw themselves on the rocks like sailors responding to the sirens. And the reality is, there are going to be games, including Saturdays, and please God beyond that, Davo, where we are going to have to break teams down, where we're going to have to be more creative than the opposition. And when I see Graham Zusi come on in the 70th minute and Pasilic and Nagbe sit on the bench, missing a chance to let them develop without any pressure, and then I see, honestly, Wando, who I love, but Wando coming on 77 minutes. Jurgen, I know you're watching this. You were just trolling us, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
You were just trolling us. And then Beckerman, I love KB5.
We love KB5.
Behind Lexi, who is that?
That's KB5.
KB5 in a tie.
Yeah, he loves Lexi.
He loves Lexi. He loves Phil Jollinge. No jacket required, but he always does wear a jacket. I mean, I was just shocked he hadn't thrown on Tim Howard. I mean, just hashtag free Nagbe, David.
Yeah, your point is good. Zusi came on and played well, just like he came on and played pretty well
the other night. I love Graham Zusi.
He came on and played well. But I think the point is that now we don't know what the result yet of Paraguay-Colombia is going to be. I think Paraguay are a pretty good football team. Against the US, Paraguay want to come and beat them. What if Paraguay get a lucky break, Rog, and go 1-0 up, go 2-0 up? What's going to happen? We really need to see the plan B. We haven't had enough time to experiment with that plan B yet. It would have been great to have seen Pulisic. Would have been great to have seen Nagbe coming on. However, I think Jurgen is fairly vindicated in front of his critics, who complained a lot about the way he set up for that first game, complained a lot about his post-match comments, complained a lot about the fact that he selected the same team tonight. I think he's kind of got to look at this 4-0 win and say, F you, auf Deutsch.
I love Graham Zusi. One of that man's great civilization contributions was he's old enough to be able to put in a claim to have actually created the man bun. No one really knows its etymology.
Could have been him.
His goal was well finished.
Yeah, it was.
All I'll say is, I would have traded that goal in a heartbeat for 20 minutes run out for Pulisic or 20 minutes run out for Nagbe, which will do us far more down the road than the Zusi goal. I mean, to be candid, what we learned tonight is Jurgen will evidently sub in Landon Donovan before he'll put in Darlington Nagbe, which is saying something. I've got to quickly read this tweet from I Am the Rog.
Yeah.
He says, the US men's national team at Vice Sports Special brought to you by Men in Blazers. It's like the first time you see your dad and your uncle get drunk.
Yeah, we're both a little buzzed. I think we have to.
I'm not. It's your stepdad and your grandfather.
No, you're a little buzzed.
You know, here's my new emotion, David. I'm worried about the Paraguay game. Saturday night.
You're worried about the Paraguay game, worried shortly after the US went 2-0 up, and you started not worrying about this game.
I did.
It is your nature.
You'll see behind us that we have the Californian sparkling wine, which we have to celebrate the US men's national team. We put it on ice.
Yeah, we decided not to drink it.
We didn't want to open it in celebration of a win against Costa Rica.
Also, we were fairly heavily into the red wine at that point. We didn't want to mix colours.
We want to celebrate when celebration's due, when we win the Copa.
We haven't already won it.
We will win this.
Okay.
I am worried about the Paraguay game. As I said on the Facebook that we did at halftime, I'm very moved by The Shining and Scatman Carruthers for the 25-minute narrative arc in which he was going to come and save the day tonight's game. Scatman Carruthers, he charged forward, and then as soon as he gets there, just gets an axe into the back of the head.
Yeah.
I'm worried. The ebullience of today, and I love the ebullience of today. Today was a buccaneering, feel-good win when we felt lousy when we woke up this one. There's lots to feel great about. But the reality is, and there's a great tweet from @ClonePoster, is Roger Bennett looking so far ahead that he's visualising Daenerys on the Iron Throne? I kind of am. The Paraguay game looms large. We will break it down. I pray the Paraguay are going to sit back. It's going to be very different than tonight. I pray that we have the mental ability to break them down and get the goal that we did. The last word for me on this game comes from Michael Bradley, who I really admire and adore as a human being. I think
an improved performance tonight, no doubt about it.
He said before the game, he broke this down very simply. He said, we need more guys to play better as a team. It is very simple. This is how he speaks. The US did that tonight, and they gave us feelings that I would say approach happiness, Davey. What a day for American fans to go from the darkness of pre-game to rhapsody at the final whistle. But the honest truth is, Davey, the challenges for this team, to me, they still exist. The same challenges, the same question marks, the tactical question marks about the team at the macro level and the individual kind of collective. We won today. We won a battle. There are many challenges ahead that exist with this team, and I feel absolutely joyous, and I approach the Paraguay game with full-on caution.
The US men's national team beat a very good football team who took a risk tonight in the way that they played against the US. The group certainly isn't over, Rog. There's the game coming up right now, Paraguay versus Colombia, and the game at the weekend, Paraguay against the US. I still think we've got some more football to play in this group. From BGWELEC, BG Owlek. Way to play. Get the new guys some experience. Zuzi, Wando, and Beckerman. Nice. Hashtag free Nagby from Fast FXR. Did your hearts go pitter-patter when you saw the shot of Heath, Press, and Johnston? That was a nice moment.
It was a beautiful moment.
Seeing the women there in the stands watching the game.
It was like watching Chaim in concert. Yeah, probably my highlight of the whole
pretty
game.
Much for me. From John CN01, is it just me, or does John Brooks look like a young Kimbo Slice? Hashtag backyard brawl.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, he's so great. From Paul E. 1138, who knew the lead singer of Counting Crows could bury goals? Hashtag Mr. Jones and me. I love that.
Hashtag at Garific, it feels strange not to pray
for Guzan.
I look at that somewhat differently at Garific.
He caught the ball several times.
To be candid, I look at it as America. Brad Guzan is evidence of the power of your prayer at work. Keep praying. Never stop praying. At Ortega Rogers, Pele Brazilian for Wood, or is Wood Hawaiian for Pele? We will find out on Saturday night against Paraguay. Tonight we've had a night to remember for the US men's national team. I will say we are going to be back tomorrow. What time, David?
We are going to be back at, I believe, 5 p.m. Tomorrow, Rog, on vicesports.com. We're also releasing a pod tomorrow afternoon, Rog, recapping all of the tournament actions so far. It's on iTunes and SoundCloud, and we're going to recap tonight's USA win and preview those Group B games tomorrow. Those Group B games taking place: Brazil versus Haiti, 7:30 p.m. Brazil versus Haiti, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time in Orlando. Ecuador versus Peru, that's 10 p.m. Eastern Time in Glendale, Arizona. Tonight in Group A, obviously going on right now, we're going to go and watch it. Colombia versus Paraguay.
Somewhere
at the Rose Bowl
Paraguay,
in Pasadena.
There's a Paraguayan Rog and a Paraguayan Davo. And they probably open up a bottle of something and they're getting quite excited for that game. We wish you, friendos, incredibly well.
Multiple Paraguayan Rogers.
Can I just say one quick thing?
Yeah.
Jurgen Klinsmann will get some praise tonight for taking some chances.
He should do.
Stay in the course.
He should do.
Sunil Gulati will get some praise tonight for saying, I'm going to fire you if you lose.
Yeah, and for his comments.
Man motivator.
Donald Trump. So good.
We expect that Jurgen's new 10-year contract will be shortly announced when that evaluation takes place.
Wonderful.
There'll be some praise for Jermaine Jones. There'll be praise for John Brooks. There'll be praise for St. Bobby Wood.
Yeah.
But there's one man that we believe is responsible for tonight's victory.
Pretty much.
It's that guy.
He's busting out of his shirt tonight,
It's an amazing
Rog.
album. I've been listening to it all day.
It's going to be a fun drive home with Rob Stone.
Can I just tell you, if you are feeling sad, America, this is the 1998 album.
Yeah.
And it is amazing. There's tracks on this that Dave and I have listened to. There was one in which you cuddled me, Goodnight Moon.
Yeah.
Which is the opening track, track 1. Buy it. We had to buy that on eBay, and I think it's a crime that it's not more available. Alexia has a new album out, Shots. We've not listened to it yet. We're saving it for the 2020.
Yeah, it's on my Spotify playlist.
We believe Alexia's albums are like wine. We should let them improve with age. But that one is quite fantastic.
Go off, I thought you were going to say.
Do you have another thought before we end? Because I just want to say one more thing.
No, I would say that I'm pretty impressed tonight. And I actually feel there's something for me about Jurgen, which even and especially at the point that everybody's attacking him, this man here, I find him quite likable. I just find him likable. And there's something about watching him on the sideline tonight, his smiles before the game.
That was
with
manic.
all of the but with all of the criticism, with all of the attacks, with all of the sense. He's so German, I know, but with all of the sense that it's all done. Wrong. He got that team ready to go and play that game tonight, playing against a very good football team in Costa Rica. They really are technically a very, very good football team.
As he has
and he just pulled it off.
He's his regime.
Escapologist, Rog. He's an escapologist.
Against... before the Hex in the last round, we were on the rope to a must-win games. We won them very closely.
Snowmageddon, same thing.
Snowmageddon in the Hex. We won that after we lost in Honduras.
Down in Brazil.
In Brazil, the Ghana game. Not our best performance. You could say we held on for dear mercy, but we got an early goal, an incredibly late goal.
Away.
Against Guatemala, we were on the ropes. Jurgen loves the pressure of being in the hole. Tonight, we will say, you've done it again, Jurgen. You had us full of dread. Tonight we will go to bed feeling absolutely a bully, and we need to remember we have to fight another battle.
I'm quite happy for you, mate. I'm quite happy.
Can I read one more thing?
Am I cheering you?
You're going to open this.
Streamers. Oh,
Let's
sorry.
read one more thing.
I had to cheer it.
Jurgen, this is what I would like you to say before the game against Paraguay. This would fill me with great confidence.
Yeah.
What, Lex? Lex is giving me stage direction.
Yeah.
I hope Jurgen goes into the locker room before the game and says the following. If you think you're champions because you wear the child pajama US uniform, you're wrong. If you think you're champions because they give you a free slice of pie at the diner, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You're not a champion until you've earned it.
Yeah.
Champions don't complain. Champions don't give up. Champions give 200%. Fabian, that's 500%.
Yeah.
Pop that.
I don't know. You don't want me to pop this, do you? Oh, I might have broken
Lex says he broke it. And that pretty well sums up the US performance tonight.